Thank you for your purchase of the AccuSeal 675 TC2, a temperature-controlled, validatable vacuum sealer with gas purge. This video will demonstrate how to perform maintenance on key components required to keep your machine performing as designed and intended. Maintenance intervals vary based on the usage rate of the machine. As a minimum, maintenance should be performed annually. For higher use applications, it is recommended that a preventative maintenance program be established at quarterly or biannual intervals for best results. Any change in sealing characteristics that cannot be associated with operator error or process changes would warrant a thorough inspection and maintenance procedure. It is recommended that you read the maintenance section in the manual before you start. Refer to the manual to gather the tools you will need to perform the maintenance tasks. The maintenance procedures provided in this video include 1. Element replacement. 2. Thermocouple EPA inspection and replacement. 3. Vacuum pad replacement. And 4. Vacuum filter cartridge replacement. Always make sure that the power is off and the machine is unplugged from the power outlet. Let's start with element replacement. Remove the screws on the vacuum pad retention bar, also referred to as the Z-bar, and remove from the seal bar. Remove the black caps at the ends of the bar. Using the vice grip tool supplied with your machine, clamp the tool on the end cap, being careful not to crush the wire at the end terminal. Pivot the end block using the vice grip tool to loosen tension on the heating element and insert the retaining screw into the hole in the block to hold it in place. The screws were shipped with your machine. If the screws have been lost or misplaced, a small diameter tool such as an Allen wrench can also be inserted to hold the block in position. Follow the same procedure on the opposite end of the bar to free up tension on both sides of the heating element. Loosen and remove the 2 hex socket head bolts mounting the upper seal bar to the seal bar arms on the machine. Then remove the seal bar and place it on a flat table surface for the replacement procedure. Remove the PTFE tape on the seal bar. Remove the Allen screw at each end of the element and remove the element. It's important to inspect the EPA element pad assembly for any damage such as depressions, burns, or other wear. Also inspect the position and condition of the thermocouple. If either is suspect and needs to be replaced, the procedure for doing so is provided. Place the new element on top of the EPA with the ridge of the brass tab oriented down toward the EPA, so that it does not snag the PTFE zone tape once applied to the seal bar. Gently bend the copper end tabs using your thumb and forefinger to form a bend similar to that of the end block radius. Screw in the Allen screws to fasten the copper tabs on both ends, making sure to attach the element lead wire. Attach the vice grip tool to unload the retaining screw or pin in the end block and remove from both ends of the seal bar. There should now be tension on the element. Inspect the element to make sure it is centered on the seal bar and flex the end caps using your fingers to assure there is spring tension in each end block. Wipe down the seal bar to remove any adhesive residue. If you intend to replace the thermocouple as part of this procedure, this is the stage of assembly to do so. Consult the operator manual section for thermocouple replacement for further information. Remove the PTFE tape covering the thermocouple lead and block on the seal bar. Carefully remove the 5/32 inch tubing pressed into the thermocouple block to free the thermocouple lead. The tubing is critical to ensure the positioning and stability of the thermocouple during operation of the sealer. Remove the element, being careful not to bend or kink it. Orient the thermocouple so that the solder bump at the edge of the sensor is facing down when installed. Carefully insert the new thermocouple under the heating element so that it is sandwiched between the element and the EPA, using the slot on the TC block to help position the thermocouple. Route the wire lead through the channel on the white thermocouple block, then carefully press the small tube back in the slot in the white block to hold the thermocouple in the slot, making sure that the position of the thermocouple under the heating element does not change. Always position the thermocouple junction under the element, with the sensor centered precisely in the middle of the element pad. If the thermocouple sensor junction is not properly placed under the element, it could cause inaccurate temperature control. Place a piece of PTFE tape on top of the thermocouple block to hold the wire in place. Complete the maintenance by installing new 2.5-inch PTFE fabric zone tape. Be sure to cover the entire length of the element and bar, including the copper end tabs, making sure the length does not extend such that the tape adheres to the end block. It is critical that the end blocks are not restrained from motion during normal operation. Check for wrinkles or bubbles. Tape any excess lead length to the seal bar and use the spiral wrap to route the thermocouple wire with the power cable. Reattach the seal bar to the cylinder actuator arms with the socket head mounting screws. Assure the upper and lower seal bars are properly aligned with each other, then tighten the screws to fully secure the seal bar. Put the black covers over the end blocks. Install the new black vacuum pad rubber with the rounded edge inserted into the retainer plate, leaving the flat edge exposed to make contact with the pouch material during normal sealing operation. Tighten the screws on the Z-bar to secure the rubber against the seal bar. If your vacuum process involves moisture, liquid, or particles, it is very important to properly maintain the filter to protect the internal machine components. To drain the bowl or replace the filter, pull down on the red locking mechanism and rotate counterclockwise to remove the bowl. Drop the bowl and dump the liquid. The flat white plate and filter will drop down. Install a new filter in the bowl and hand tighten so the bowl is snug. Congratulations! You have completed maintenance guidelines and your Accu 675 TC2 should be running like new.